All right, here we go. Genesis chapter 37. Joseph, sold to Egypt, sold into Egypt. We're on page 49. All right, Joseph sold into Egypt. Jacob settled in the land where his father had sojourned, the land of Canaan. This is the story of the family of Jacob. When Joseph was 17 years old, he was tending the flocks with his brothers. He was an assistant to the sons of his father's wives, Bilhah and Zilpah, and Joseph brought their father bad reports about them. Israel loved Joseph best of all his sons, for he was the child of his old age, and he had made him a long ornamented tunic. Shit. All right. When his brothers saw that their father loved him best of all his brothers, they hated him so much that they could not say a kind word to him. Petty. Wow. Jealous little fucks. Once Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers, they hated him even more. Jesus. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. There we were, binding sheaves in the field, when suddenly my sheaf rose to an upright position, and your sheaves formed a ring around my sheaf and bowed down to it." His brothers said to him, "Are you really going to make yourself king over us? Will you rule over us?" So they hated him all the more because of his dreams and his reports. Then he had another dream and told it to his brothers. "Look, I had another dream," he said. "This time the sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." When he told it to his father and his brothers, his father reproved him and asked, "What is the meaning of this dream of yours? Can it be that I and your mother and your brothers are to come and bow to the ground before you?" So his brothers were furious at him, but his father kept the matter in mind. One day, when his brothers had gone to pasture their father's flocks at Shechem, Israel said to Joseph, "Are your brothers not tending our flocks at Shechem? Come, and I will send you to them." "I am ready," Joseph answered. "Go then," he replied. "See if all is well with your brothers and the flocks, and bring back word." So he sent him off from the valley of Hebron. When Joseph reached Shechem, a man came upon him as he was wandering about in the fields. "What are you looking for?" the man asked him. "I am looking for my brothers," he answered. "Please tell me where they are tending the flocks." The man told him, "They have moved on from here. In fact, I heard them say, 'Let us go on to Dothan.'" So Joseph went after his brothers and found them in Dothan. They saw him from a distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. They said to one another, "Here comes that dreamer." "Oh, you got dreams, you have aspirations." They didn't like that. Come now, let us kill him and throw him into one of the cisterns here. We could say that a wild beast devoured him. We will see then what comes of his dreams. But Reuben heard this. But when Reuben heard this, is this the same Reuben that fucked his dad's bitch? Like he had his dad's concubine, his side hoe, his dad's side piece, and he went in. They banged it out. So all right, so this is Reuben. All right, I'm familiar with Reuben. Play it, play it. What's up? And he was 12 years old. This motherfucker fucked his dad's bitch when he was 12 years old. Fucking gangster, dude. All right. Anyway, but when Reuben heard this, he tried to save him from their hands, saying, "We must not take his life." Then Reuben said, "Do not shed blood. Throw him into this cistern in the wilderness, but do not lay a hand on him." His purpose was to save him from their hands and restore him to his father. We'll come back to the footnotes. Yeah, it's a new structure. I don't have anybody watching, so I'm just kind of editing the structure as I go. But yeah, so nobody's watching, doesn't really matter. So I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. So I'm gonna read the chapter, and then after that, I'll get to the footnotes. All right, sound good? Nobody's watching. Even if you were, you have no choice in the matter. I'm doing what I want. Better structure, always improving. Unless you guys have any comments, then go right ahead. So when Joseph came up to his brothers, they stripped him of his tunic, the long ornamented tunic he had on. Then they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty, and there was no water in it. Agua. They sat down to eat. Looking up, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead, their camels laden with gum, balm, and resin to be taken down to Egypt. Judah said to his brothers, "What is to be gained by killing our brother and concealing his blood? Come, let us sell him to these Ishmaelites instead of doing away with him ourselves. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh." His brothers agreed. Midianite traders passed by and they pulled Joseph up out of the cistern. They sold Joseph for 20 pieces of silver to the Ishmaelites who took him to Egypt. When Reuben went back to the cistern and saw that Joseph was not in it, he tore his garments. He was upset. Did he cry? Returning to his brothers, he exclaimed, "The boy is gone, and where can I turn?" They took Joseph's tunic, and after slaughtering a goat, dipped the tunic in its blood. Then they sent someone to bring the long ornamented tunic to their father with the message, "We found this. See whether it is your son's tunic or not." He recognized it and exclaimed, "My son's tunic! A wild beast has devoured him. Joseph has been torn to pieces." Then Jacob tore his garments. More ripping and clothes. I think that's more of a figure of speech. From what I hear, they didn't actually tear their garments. It was more like they cried and were all sad and shit. All right, anyway. He put sackcloth on his loins. Sackcloth on his loins. The fuck is sackcloth? I don't know. He put something on his dick and mourned his son many days. Though his sons and daughters tried to console him, he refused all consolation, saying, "No, I will go down mourning to my son in Sheol." Oh, God damn it. All right. Thus did his father weep for him. Oh, no. Wow. The Midianites, meanwhile, sold Joseph in Egypt to Potiphar, an official of Pharaoh and his chief steward. Yeah, just a note, by the way, I know I'm very apathetic right now, but that's usually just when I'm tired. I usually, like, when I'm tired, I don't, one, give a shit, and two, not only do I not give a shit, I go the other side of the spectrum where I'm just like, I laugh at people getting hurt. Very sadistic, almost like bipolar in that sense. Like when I'm well rested and like that, in a good mood, and I care for peace and love and all that shit. But when I'm tired, dude, I can't be bothered with emotion and empathy. I don't have the energy for that shit. 37-3. Oh wait, hold on. Nope. All right, yeah, no, okay. All right, let's go back. 37-1. The statement points ahead to 47-27. Thus Israel settled in the land of Egypt in the region of Goshen. These two statements frame the Joseph narrative. The later material is about Jacob. Chapter 50 brings to a conclusion. All right. Brings to a conclusion themes remaining from the earlier story. One aim of the Joseph story is to explain how Israel came to Egypt after sojourning so long in Canaan. 37-2. The Joseph story is great literature, not only in its themes, but in its art. The stories show an interest in the psychology of the characters. Everyone acts in character, yet there is never a doubt that a divine purpose is bringing events to their conclusion. According to a literary analysis, verses 1-4 set the scene, verses 5-36 introduce the dramatic tension in the form of a conflict within the family, Chapters 38 through 41 describe the journeys away from their family of the eponymous ancestors of the two great tribes of later times, Judah and Joseph, and their preliminary conclusions. Chapters 42 through 44 detail the famine and journeys for food that bring the brothers and indirectly the father into fresh contact with the mature Joseph, who now has the power of life and death over them. Bum, bum, bum. 45:1 to 47:27 is the resolution or reconciliation of Joseph to his brothers and the salvation of the family. Oh, good. Yeah. It's going to be a happy ending. 37:3. Jacob's favoring Joseph over his other sons is the cause of the brothers' attempt on his life. Aw, Daddy didn't love you as much, so you wanted to kill your brother? You fucking pussies. All right. Throughout the story, Jacob is unaware of the impact of his favoritism on his other sons. Long ornamented tunic. The meaning of the Hebrew phrase is unclear. In 2 Samuel 13:18 through 19, it is the distinctive dress of unmarried royal daughters. You put chick's clothes on your son? The coat of many colors in the Septuagint became the traditional translation. Ancient depictions of Semites in formal dress show them with long ornamented robes. That is the most likely meaning here. Possibly, the young Joseph is given a coat that symbolizes honor beyond his years. Later, Pharaoh will clothe Joseph in a robe that symbolizes honor. 37:5 through 37:10. Joseph dreams of ruling his brothers appear at first glance to be merely adolescent grandiosity, and they bring him only trouble. His later successes make it clear, however, that they were from God. Oh yeah, sure, whatever, dude. In truth, that must have been God. No. All right. Anyway, moving right along here. Past the retardation. All right. Another confirmation of their divine source is the doubling of dreams. It's all right. We're trying to be patient with people. They're stupid, but we have to help them. Despite how fucking dumb they are. All right, 37:21 to 37:36. The chapter thus far is from the Yahweh source, as are also verses 25 through 28a. But verses 21 through 34 and 28b through 36 are from another source, sometimes designated as the Elohist source. Elohist source. In the latter, Reuben tries to rescue Joseph, who is taken in Reuben's absence by certain Midianites. In the Yahweh source, it is Judah who saves Joseph's life by having him sold to certain Ishmaelites. Although the two variant forms in which the story was handed down in early oral tradition differ in these minor points, they agree on the essential fact that Joseph was brought as a slave into Egypt because of the jealousy of his brothers. His brothers were a bunch of poons. Instead of working harder for their father's recognition and praise, they'd rather just be like, you know what? I don't feel like putting in extra energy. How about we just kill this guy? Yeah, now you guys are pieces of shit. All right. Chapter 38, we'll pick up there. That was chapter 37. Well done. All right, pats on the back. We did it. Fuck yeah, we were able to tolerate it and get through it. Yeah, I know I was doing prayers before, but I feel like prayer is dumb and God's not even real, and I'm not gonna be stupid and just pray into the air. So I'm just gonna go ahead and forego that and not waste my time. So, chapter 37. You're welcome. Bye.